Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful antique businesses that they love, whether it's on Etsy, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or from an antique booth. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. Another way is through my website, Adirondack Girl at Heart, where I have scads and scads, there's an old-timey word, scads of articles about all different kinds of vintage and antiques, as well as articles about vintage projects that you can use to decorate your own home or to sell through your antique business. Today I'm going to be sharing vintage and antiques that I found while I was out this past weekend and earlier in the week. So these are things that I have found in the last 7 days, and not surprisingly, they're mostly Farmhouse finds, which is a personal love, but also the focus of my antique booth. And I find that Farmhouse sells very well on Etsy. So let's jump right in. How about we start with these very fun flashcards? Did you ever have flashcards that had phrases? I never did, but I couldn't pass these up. They were $2 each. Said the sheep. Someone's gonna love that. They would look great framed. They'd look great on a shelf. 3 houses. This would be so cute, I think, with 3 little gingerbread houses or farmhouse style houses. Really love these. We'll probably price them at about $10 each. One of my favorite finds from this weekend is this is a German paper punch. So you're probably familiar with them in larger oblong signs that say things like home sweet home or trust the Lord. There's a lot of religious ones, and there are many in German because this is a craft. It's a needle craft. So this is thread on paper, punched paper, paper with tiny holes. This one says, Happy New Year, and it is a bookmark. I sold one recently in slightly better condition. This one is in great condition except for the loss right here. In any event, I sold one in slightly better condition for $25 on eBay. The larger signs sell for about $50 to $65 these days. Back in the day, so like 20 or 25 years ago, they would sell for $100 or $125. These are not quite as popular as they used to be, but they still sell. So I paid $3 for it, which is very exciting. Not everybody knows or is aware of what this is or how collectible it is. And I picked it up in an antique shop, $3, and hopefully it will sell somewhere between $20 and $25 on eBay. Another article that I plan to write is going to be about pincushions. So I've seen these around. I don't know a lot about them. I mean, it's definitely got some age on the back. I paid $2.50 for it at an antique shop in Mohawk, New York, which is about a little over an hour away from here. Really, really nice antique shop. The paper punch I picked up at the Schoolhouse Antiques in, I think it's Broad Alban, near Amsterdam, New York. In any event, like I said, I have an article that I'm planning on pin cushions. So I wanted to pick this up. I'm not sure what they stuff it with. It's always, they are very hard. So yeah, I don't know how these came about, but they are out there, right? Have you seen these before? So hopefully it would sell for something like $15. Now I picked up something really odd. These are cannoli forms. So cannolis are Italian cookie that is curved and then filled with a mascarpone cream cheese. Is that the type of cheese? Actually, I'm not really sure. Anyway, I picked them up to use as bales, possibly on things like milk cans or buckets. Sometimes the bale is missing. Now these actually need a really good cleaning, so we'll see how that turns out. I got 8 for $6. All on their own, they're pretty cool looking, right? Nice aged look. I also thought if they don't work as bales that I could wrap lace or ribbon around them and sell them that way. I picked up this beech nut coffee tin for $4, which is a little more than I would like to have paid, but I recently sold a beech nut coffee tin filled with sewing notions on Etsy for $32. And I will try to remember to put a photo of that piece right here so you can see what it looks like. But this red and white is just really so striking. I think that's part of the appeal of it. And here's a sweet little tray. It has some age, right? That's definitely a vintage looking back. It's marked Massily, France on the front. Sweet children. Kind of makes me think of a tip tray, but I'm sure it's just a decorative piece, maybe even a souvenir picked up in France. It was 50 cents. You probably saw that. And I will price it at $8 to $10. This is my second favorite find from the last 7 days. Do you know what that is? I have a whole article on my website about presentation boxes. So this is a ring presentation box. This is velvet. The back lining is satin. Little bit of discoloration in there, not really a problem. The hinge is super strong. There is no flaws. It's marked Made in USA on the bottom, which I don't remember seeing that before, so I like that. This nice carved decoration. Of course, this is celluloid. These sell for really decent money on both Etsy and eBay. And this one, which I paid $4 for, it was $5, but the whole booth was 20% off. So $4, and it should sell for about $30 to $32. Really, really nice piece. Ring boxes are especially sought after for wedding proposals or for actual weddings, right? This could be on the little pillow, or it could be in the best man's pocket, and you pull it out and you open it up and there's the ring. So ring presentation boxes are especially popular, but all different kinds sell quite well. And those that are branded, so like a Trifari box. I just sold a Trifari pearl box, not in great condition, but it sold for $10 on eBay. If you find one that says Coro or Tiffany boxes sell really, really well. All ages, old and new. So that was a great find. I also picked up this pair of scissors. The handles, I thought they were lucite, and they are, but I did test them for Bakelite, and they are not, they're not Bakelite, they're pinking shears. I have a really full, nice article on my website all about scissors, if you're interested in learning more, with a free printable. They were $2. Actually, I think they were 20% off. So what does that make them? $1.60. And they are signed on the back, Hearthside. Never heard of that. I don't know a whole lot about pinking shears in particular, but at that price, they were worth picking up and doing a little bit of research on, right? Should sell for about $10 to $12. Also, they are not really very sharp at the moment. And so a trick for sharpening shears can be to cut some foil, some tin foil with them, and sometimes that really helps. So I will give that a try. Here is a sweet little yellowware bowl in really good condition, just one tiny little chip right there. I did pay $5 for it. I think it's worth about 12 or 15, but if you've been following me for a while, you know I really do love yellowware. I have a video all about yellowware. I have an article all about yellowware, and I have a price guide for yellowware in my member library. So when you subscribe to my weekly newsletter that's full of tips and great information, you get access to the member library where you'll find a price guide. So let's look at some other ceramics while we're on that. I fell in love with this little crock. It's marked Made in England on the bottom. I don't think it's super old, maybe 1940s. It's in really perfect condition, no chips or anything at all. I paid $12.50 for it. Things with this kind of graphics, with this kind of typography, sell really well on Etsy right now. I will try to post a picture of a piece I just sold for $67 on Etsy. It was a bigger piece. It was more of a crock with a bale. This one I'm hoping will sell on Etsy in the $50 to $60 range. I just think it's a really nice piece. It would look great with a collection of crockery. Hey there, it looks like this video is going to be quite a bit longer, so I'm breaking it into two parts. My videographer, who happens to be my son Dan, tells me that 10 minutes is the optimal length of videos on YouTube, so that's why we're breaking this one into two parts. So keep your eye out for part two, and as always, happy hunting.